What's up YouTube, and welcome to this installment of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs. And today we are going to do the long-awaited 2008 Jeep Patriot oil change. And if you had followed the vlogs for a couple of months now, this here is my sister's car. She has only had it for just a couple of months, and it's an 08 Patriot. It's got about 60, I think it's still around 64,000 miles right now. And this is the car that she had bought to replace her 03 Dodge Intrepid. Something that she's wanted for a while. The ABS and traction control lights sporadically come on and off, and the car was looked at. Unfortunately, the analog light was off at the time, so you know. But it came back on at some point recently, and at the time I took it to have it scanned while the light was on, and we are getting two codes in regards to this light. And basically I think I'm kind of putting a puzzle together. I mean, I'm not a professional technician or a mechanic. I just kind of know things here and there, but I'm gonna kind of take a guess. And I'm thinking that the issues that are coming up with the light are related to speed sensors. One of the speed sensors might be bad on one of these wheels. Now, just again from my guess, the car has obviously 4 tires, but there's 2 new tires on this car that were put on here, I don't know when, but it was before my sister bought the car. So this tire looks okay. It's not perfect. This tire looks great. This tire is not so great. And this tire looks great. So obviously we have one really good tire back here and one really good tire up there. And what I'm thinking about doing is taking this tire off and putting it here, and taking that tire and putting it there, because I'm just thinking that because the treads are different with the front and the back, maybe they're not aligning right. And of course the car is getting different speeds from the from all 4 tires. So I was kind of thinking if the front tire had been replaced with that good tire there, we swapped these two. Let's see if there's any kind of difference, because one thing I noticed also, as far as one of the codes that came up with the ABS problem, is the cruise control's not working. So I wonder if it is a speed sensor related problem. And I don't know, I just figured, plus both tires up front should be you know, have the better tread anyway, even though it's 4-wheel drive, but the treads should be close to matching up front and in the rear. I think we're just going to do the oil change first, since you know, it'll probably be pretty painless. So let me show you guys what we are working with. We're also going to clean all those leaves and stuff out. I cannot stand it when the trees in my mom's yard and such are terrible. But anyway, so this is a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine. Whoa. 2.4 liter 4-cylinder, and it's got dual variable valve timing. I think a V6 was available with this engine also, or with this car, but this has the 4-cylinder. And I'm not sure if whoever had this car last was putting synthetic blend oil into it. I know because it has variable valve timing, it probably should have some sort of synthetic blend. So we're going to put synthetic blend in it today, especially since the car is still pretty decent with its mileage. It's only at 64,000 for how old it is. We can kind of prepare, you know, the components for high mileage age and stuff like that. So we went to the parts store, of course, and I just picked up whatever they had on sale with their synthetic blend, 5W20 as recommended per Jeep. And I know this car, when my sister bought it, the oil had not been changed at all, and it's, you know, it's just there. So we're going to change it finally. Oh, this dipstick is very hard to get back into its thing because of the, can't see it from this angle. Okay, and I took off the engine cover for one, so I don't get anything on it since it's still pretty shiny and clean. And that way it's easier to see where the dipstick goes and stuff, the oil cap. But never really looked under here yet. The cover's easy. It just comes off of these little four, things. You just pull it up, and off it comes. I don't see any leaks of any kind, so that's good. I see some dead spiders and such. This car was a farm vehicle from my understanding. So, who knows what's been under here from time to time. So, yeah. Now the nice thing about this car, even though we're going to need it later when we do the tires, but we don't need a jack, hopefully, to get to anything under here as far as the oil changing. Now, there's a big cover here, like a skid plate or something, and the bolt is right here in this hole, and the oil filter is right there. So that should be pretty easy to change without taking this thing off. But like I said, at least we don't have to jack the vehicle up. So we should be able to get to the bolt. It's seriously right there. So it's pretty simple to get to. So I don't know what size socket we're going to need, but we are going to find out right now. Okay, so I left the dipstick out a little bit, and I'm going to undo the oil cap. That way we will get better drainage as far as letting the oil. Ooh, I see milky stuff. I hope we don't have a bad gasket or something. Oh boy, something I'm gonna have to watch. That's gonna be very disappointing. Anyway, so we'll just leave the cap like there, and that way, we can kind of get better drainage out of the, the oil crankcase. Not a 15. 15 is too big. 14, no. Must be a 13. Let's see how tight this thing's gonna be on here. Oh, come on. That's on there pretty good, isn't it? Here we go. This is going to be difficult to... I'll just let the plug fall in. Here we go. So like I said, I don't know when the last time the oil was done, but the message was coming up on the car ever since she had purchased it. Okay, so we'll just, well, that thinned out already. Get the plug out of there, and we'll check the seal on the plug and everything. Okay, so it's down to very small drips at this point. Wiped off our plug, and it seems to be in pretty decent shape. So we'll remove this, and we will begin to fasten the plug before it starts to make a mess in my driveway. There we go. Oh. Okay. Eek. Okay. Okay. Now we move on to the filter. Okay, so hopefully this thing isn't on there super tight, as I'm kind of expecting for it to be. Oh, and my hand's greasy too, of course. Alright, took a little bit of effort, but we're getting there. Try and let it mostly drain first. That's it. There we go. Nice. Mopar filter. Alright. So now that that's done, let's begin the replacement process. Okay, that's probably tight enough. Hand tighten, no need to use a tool and over tighten it. Hand tightening it is going to be just fine. Now we do the adding of the new oil. I am going to carefully kind of wipe this dirt away from this opening. Here we go. Okay, now this engine requires 4.5 quarts of the engine oil. Goes in there quite slow. That's probably about 4.5 right there. Okay. Let that settle and I'll check it. Oh yeah, it's in the safe zone. So once it gets circulated, it'll probably be at perfect level. This gunk that's inside this cap, I'm gonna clean that out, and that way I'm just gonna keep looking to see if it's gonna come back or not. Try to get out what I can. I don't like seeing stuff like that. The first thing I obviously think of is there's gonna be some sort of a head gasket issue going on. I don't know if these are known for head gasket issues. From my understanding, I thought this was a pretty good engine, so it runs good. We have coolant in the tank, so it doesn't look like we're losing coolant. The coolant is still close to its normal color. It doesn't look like there's anything funny with it. Alright, so I got out what I can. So the next time I am around the car, after a little while, we'll check to see if we have any other issues going on with it. I dropped the cap inside. Come on. Here we go. Okay, let's go ahead and start it up. See how it runs. Alright. Now, when the car was at the dealership, they reset the message saying that the oil needed to be changed, but they did not do anything with the oil. So, I don't know, but we'll do trip B as our oil counter. This oil is good for about 5,000 miles, and again, I probably won't have to change it again until probably around springtime. And to reset the oil life monitor on this car, you have the key in the on position, and you slowly hit the gas pedal 3 times. Now, no message came up. I don't know if a message is supposed to come up, but hopefully it's reset. So hopefully it'll be close to the Okay, let's go ahead and get it started. Oops. Okay, sounds good. And fun fact, the ABS lights were not on when I drove the car over here, so they are on now. Again. Sounds good to me. We'll go ahead and put the cover back on. Okay, that's all there is to that. Okay, we'll just go ahead and shut it off for now. Sounds good? Okay, small problem that I ran into. Turns out the tire iron for this particular size nut for this car. This car does not have any kind of tire iron with it. And I had an extra one that I put over there by the Fiesta, but it's too big. So I don't have anything else to untighten these lug nuts at this time. So right now, I guess I cannot swap these two tires out, but I'm going to have to figure it out soon before we start really getting the snow. So I guess I'll just have to do that in the near future. Other than that, the oil is changed, engine is clean. I think we're good to get it back. Get it back now.